Right, next we have Luanne, Hank and Peggy's niece, the daughter of Peggy's brother. Same thing. Start with the gesture. And Luanne is, she's a little more feminine than Peggy. Keep her legs a little closer together. Smaller feet, narrower shoulders. She's very feminine, very sort of dainty for the most part. Round head. Like Peggy, she has a fairly realistically shaped head. So there's our gesture of Luanne. Alright, step 2, construction. We start with the rough shape of her torso. I like to indicate where her neck meets her torso there. Now, she's more hourglass shaped than Peggy, so she's going to have a narrower waist, a little bit more buxom. The thing that a lot of our animators like about drawing Luanne is that she doesn't wear much in the way of clothing, which is not the main reason why they like it. It's because most of our animators have training by life drawing from a model. And Luanne basically is just an uninterrupted female form. And she wears sort of a halter top and bike shorts that don't interrupt the form at all. We don't have to worry about putting folds of clothing or anything else like that. So, again, basic shapes for the arms and legs, cylinders on top of cylinders. Very curved. I like to kind of indicate a little bit more knee on Luanne, since you do see most of her leg. She has very small feet, unlike Peggy. There's step 2. Now step 3, details. As with Bobby, Luanne actually has very few details. It's mostly a matter of going through and darkening up your construction lines. Just making sure that everything is where it needs to be. And here's where we start putting in the lines of her clothing. Bike shorts, her little workout top, sort of a small half shirt tank top kind of thing. We make sure that we round the line of her pants depending on which direction you're looking at it. In this case, we're looking down on them, so they're going to curve almost like a smiley face. Same with her socks. She has little ankle-high socks and little sneakers, kind of like Bobby's. Just very simple, kind of like canvas deck walking sneakers. Put in her shoelaces. So the cap, the shoe, the sole. We put in the waistband of her shorts, and then the bottom of her tank top. It's fairly low cut. It comes down. Has little sort of straps that hold it into place. As with Peggy, I like to be able to see a little bit of armpit on Luanne. Actually, more so than on Peggy, because it's a looser fitting top that she wears. Looser around the arms, that is. Longer, more slender fingers, kind of like Peggy. More so, actually, smaller hands. Just indicate the left arm, just a hint of her hand resting on her thigh. Her neck. Then we start indicating details on her head, a little bit more construction on the head, the eye line, the center line, the shape of her head. We start constructing her hair. She has very challenging hair like Peggy's. It's very large, it's multiple shapes involved. She has two sort of bangs in the front, and then just a large sort of sweeping shape that comes off the bangs and goes down. She has long hair. Then her hairline, you see all of Luanne's ear. Her hair doesn't cover it up. Same kind of feathering effect, just more of it that Peggy has. Then the part where her bangs meet the rest of her hair is actually broken into two segments, whereas Peggy just has the one line. But she has the same featherings that kind of come off the parts, if you will. And they're sort of the indication of the side of her bangs. Then the segments, the top of her head, very much like Peggy's. If you look at Luanne's hair and if you look at Peggy's hair, they have a lot of very similar features. And it comes out, and then it has just these tiny little indications of hair kind of coming off. Right there. Just a little bit of indication on her other side. We start cleaning up the shape of her face, indicate the jawline. Indicate her nose and mouth lines, where they're going to go. Now, Luanne has a very similar face to Bobby in that she doesn't wear glasses or anything else. She doesn't have a lot of sort of reference points, so her eyes, the top of her eyes are like Bobby's in that she doesn't have a lower eye line. She just has a curved upper eye line. They slant out to the outside a little bit more. They kind of curve in towards the inside. And then her neutral eyebrows, like Bobby's, follow the same line. Now her nose is very simple. It's one line that curves out and then down. And then two very simple little indications of nostrils. Just sort of almost the same shape as her eyes. Just little curves. And that's really it. She doesn't have an outside nostril. Then like Peggy, sort of football-shaped lips, very full. Fuller, actually, than Peggy's, like I said. And pretty much, you follow a lot of the same rules that you do with Peggy, but Luanne is definitely more feminine than Peggy is. So she has fuller upper lips and lower lips. We put the little divot there in the center. Fuller across the bottom. And then like with Bobby, you just hang the pupils right off of her top eye line. The same open circle shape. Then we go through, sharpen up the lines we want, erase the lines we don't, adjust any features like eyes, nose, mouth to make it look more like Luanne, and then she's finished.